question. It was like he was just getting into it with other people for no reason. So I was just questioning, like, what's the agenda? It's supposed to, you claim that it was, about land. And at that time, it was something him and Maine was going through. And so I was just basically saying, like, main stuff is old and done, like it's not something that we should be having to worry about that's actively happening right now. That was my whole point. And, like he was losing track of the situation. But because it being Maine and his charges that he has, it's like, oh, and I follow his page and stuff. So it went from me asking that question to, well, oh, you support him and blah, blah, blah. I don't support nobody but me, my family, and my kids,
Right.
and that's it. Anything doesn't mean anything or make me any less of a person. I'm just asking you, why are we getting into it with other people? It went so messy. It went from that to my mom. I lost my mom 7 months ago.
I'm sorry.
Somebody joined the line. Oh, you should, instead of worrying about a sex offender, you should be grieving your dead mother and blah, blah, blah. And he allowed all that shit to happen. And I was like, after that, that's when I like lost interest in me. It was just being messy and looking for attention. Because because I questioned something that wasn't in agreement to you and most of your followers, you're going to allow them to disrespect me. And that's when I stopped following them since.
How did you?
And so I haven't.
Can I just ask you a few questions since you was
Huh?
over there dealing with him personally? How did you
Mhm.
feel being listening to a lot of the campaign, and once it got to what part of his stuff did you start feeling uncomfortable about what was being done?
When like I said, when I started to see him go from that, because I watched Len and stuff. I really like enjoyed him and supported his following and stuff like that. But then Len does a lot of things that I don't agree with and stuff that's been coming out. So I understood his fight with that situation. But to me, it was like he started going too far, claiming to do all this stuff. And then, like I said, we went from lead, then it went to Maine, then it went to dime. And it's like, as soon as somebody comes up and has a question or isn't in agreement to what it is that he's saying or wanting to do, all of a sudden now it's a problem. You're an enemy. So I felt like I just needed to step back from it. So I just stepped back because it wasn't what he claimed it was supposed to be. It turned into just being messy.
And what do you think that he had, that his intentions? What do you think his real intentions are
I
at
think
this
it's looking for attention, looking to build a page, a following. That's it. Like he claimed that it was never about that, and he always comes out presenting himself as he has so much money and he's so financially blessed and stable and blah blah blah. But I think like I said, it's about attention. He needs his ego stroked, and if nobody's following and giving him the attention and glorifying him the way he wants, then it's a problem. And it's like he seems like he's into it with everybody, and it looks like it's just seeking attention at this point. It's not genuine like he claimed it was in the beginning. That's how I felt about it.
So do you okay? So in our reality, do you kind of feel like it was kind of cultic around there? Like, do you feel like you felt like you was in the cult, or do you feel like y'all was just kicking it and then it was just drama, or you felt like he was kind of
It
trying to control all of y'all?
Yeah, it didn't take long. I didn't follow him long. I think it was like maybe like the third day into him starting his, that other page on his mom's page. That it happened quick. I stopped following him, like stopped watching him and all that. Like within that week, it was only a few days. I didn't stick around long because it just was too messy for me. It
So
was
do you,
messy. I just seen, like I said, like they said, clout chasing. It was messy, just messy, and like I said, but my mom just recently passed, and I just lost my husband too, so it's a lot going on for me. But to me, that was just like like nobody to disrespect his mother. I felt like he shouldn't have allowed people in the box to disrespect mine,
Yeah, because
and
he
he
don't
didn't.
allow people to
Yeah,
disrespect him. He come
no,
when
you
he
don't.
come.
And she's not here anymore. And he didn't stand up for that. He allowed it to happen. So to me, it was like he's not as genuine as he says he was. Because just because I was in disagreement doesn't give him the attention that he needed. He was for it. So that right there just told me to let it be. So I left it alone.